welcome back. My name is Moo, and I'm gonna give my opinions on Silence Channel. To be fair, I feel like this game is... Actually, I enjoyed it quite a lot. I really liked it. It was... how to explain it? Like, I felt like it was very interesting. It has a lot of cheap jump scares. It did have a lot of cheap jump scares. I did get scared by them, though, because of the reason that I felt when I was playing this game, I had this, like, the whole atmosphere is kind of creepy, and the whole atmosphere is definitely very, it is definitely very, like, with the, if you look at the way that the screen is built up, like, you have this kind of dirty look on your screen, which kind of makes it a little bit creepier. It is very dark. There's not very, like, a lot of colors in it. It's very, like, this beige, gray kind of atmosphere. They have also this heartbeat, which is a sound that sometimes, like, kind of triggers your heartbeat as well, which I feel like is very... Oh, look at that. That creepy little doll looked at me. Fuck you. So I felt like it's quite... The whole atmosphere is quite creepy, meaning that when these cheap jump scare comes out, I think it was like about 5-6 of them in this game, maybe even a little bit more, to be honest. But I felt like they even thought that they were a little bit cheap. I kind of felt like they captured something scary. It did kind of get me off guard because I was already so tense because of the atmosphere, which meant that I kind of jumped because of them. So, despite that cheap jump scares, I did find the story fascinating. However, I did get very confused about all of the dates in this story. I'm also I'm slightly confused about this whole story because it seems like it was some story from the 70s, which is probably the Sarah then. And then there was some story from 1988 and 1989 somewhere. But then in the beginning, there was also like a lot of stories about people disappearing. And I felt like it was just... Personally, in my opinion, like if you look at this, you know, background as well and the way everything is, like... How to say... Because they started out with the story about the girl with the twin that had a deformed face, right? And then it started turning towards the nanny, which was a woman who lost her child. And then where did that deformed girl disappear to? And what does it have with all of the masks that they're talking about and all of the faces? And was it actually... Like, it's just... I'm really confused about the story, and I do need to look it up after I finish this game, because I felt like there's something that I'm missing. Because based on how the game ended, I'm still confused about what happened, if that makes sense. Like, because I do recognize some of the names are kind of connected in the story, but at the same time, I just don't know what happened. Like, where did the deformed girl go? And I don't know, I'm just really confused. However, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy this game. They had some flaws. There were a few bugs that I found. Like, for example, one time I fell through the floor of one of the levels, which was a little bit unlucky. On the other hand, like, the atmosphere is kind of creepy a little bit, making you tense up, which I kind of liked, which was very, very interesting, to say the least. So the question is... Oh, wait, also, before I answer if I recommend it or not, I also want to say that the mechanics are slightly confusing as well, but there's also quite simple. It's hard... That's a very contradicting way to say it, but basically you have WASD that you walk around with, and then you have Q to interact and E to use. On top of that, when you're interacting with some of the items, you need to right-click to be able to move your cursor without rotating the object, which is a little bit like it's an extra layer of mechanics and an extra layer of button clicks that I felt like you could have eliminated. However, it didn't bother me that much. It's just the way that they have decided to do their mechanics, and I don't feel like that is a huge impact on the game. It did ended up with me a few times just either go out into the menu because I press escape instead of the right key to interact with them, or it sometimes made me rotate the object a little bit too much or a little bit too many times before I ended up remembering that I needed to right click to get the cursor in so I can type in the code or whatnot. I don't feel like that bothered me that much, but it was something that I thought about when I was playing it, that this is a little bit more like there is maybe other ways you could make that a little bit easier. For example, when you are interacting with a box, maybe you could instantly be able to type in the code on your keypad or whatnot. I don't know. But it didn't bother me that much, to be honest. But it was slightly different than what I was used to. So now comes the question. Cheap jump scare, confusing story, simple but a little bit confusing mechanics. Do I recommend this game? I actually do. I do. I felt like this was one of the games, like there was also a few reused resources that I've seen in other games, which I feel like is absolutely okay to do that, because I think that helps the developer to produce a game and be able to focus on other things rather than having to spend hours and hours on building up a new type of environment, which I'm completely fine with that. But I did, even though there are a few things that I felt was a little bit, you know, questionable with regards to this game, like for example the confusing story, I do feel like I was very entertained by this game and I did enjoy it. It had a really unique vision with the stained or the dirty lens that you're looking through the game in. I do feel like it was actually worth the play, which I haven't felt in... I've played a lot of like these minor, shorter horror games, and there's been a lot that I felt is just very traditional, very classic jump scare games. But this one had something to it, and I can't pinpoint exactly what. And also, I need to say that they had Swedish in it, which I kind of enjoyed quite a lot. Which was kind of funny when I heard that it was actually Swedish, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I do recommend Silence Channel, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it, then well, you're just gonna have to watch me dance awkwardly once again.